wait. Like I just got out of the shower, but this couldn't wait. Like this couldn't wait. And I only have a little bit of time before I need to um, be tentative to my niece and nephew. So, okay. Um, crap. One sec. Okay. Um, so tears. Okay, so I've okay. So in the past, recently, whatever, I've talked about let me just now I need to do something else. Okay, okay. Oh my gosh. Should have kept the towel on. Hold on. Okay. Ugh. This is the devil trying to screw with me, so I can't speak about this. Okay. So some beautiful human sent me a video of this guy, Samuel something. He's a guy that goes on Instagram and talks about energy and the higher consciousness and blah, blah. Anyways, doesn't matter. It matters, but he talks about tears as the scalar liquid crystals, okay? Here's the thing. This video just like ignited me even deeper because this is the hidden science and spiritual war behind child harvesting. Okay? Child freaking harvesting. Okay? So hear me out. Okay. I'm going to just read this like a paper because this is exactly how I did it. Okay. The darkest systems of the world don't only operate in secrecy, they operate by twisting sacred truths of the body, mind, and spirit. One of these truths lie in something as simple as sacred and simple. This isn't a laughing matter. Okay. One of these truths lies in something as simple and sacred as tears. Far from being just water, tears are scalar liquid crystals, a form of, okay, we know this, okay, a form of structured fluid capable of carrying information, emotion, and energy. So this is going to cover how the role of tears in child trauma harvesting, not as the end product, but as the key component and signal in both biochemical and esoteric layers of ritual abuse. Whoa. Hello, person that's there, starting with the curly name. Okay, I just got a shower. I don't have time. This is like way too big, way too important. It had massive downloads as soon as I woke up, jumped in the shower. Here I am. Okay. Okay, so tears as scalar liquid crystals. So what does this mean? Liquid crystals sit between a solid and a liquid, structured like crystals, but able to flow. This makes them perfect information carriers, okay? So just like liquid crystals display LCDs in technology can store and transmit information, tears carry the encoded state of the human being who produce them. So every tear reflects the emotional vibration, fear, grief, joy, relief, and the biochemical environment of the body at the time. So in short, tears are messengers. Okay, so the emotional frequency encoded in tears. When a child experiences terror, these tears are not just salt water, they are crystallized evidence of trauma. So tears encode the emotional frequency of the terror. In trauma, they carry the fear signature that certain dark systems seek to exploit, which is why there's so many child abductions. Okay. So what I was talking about, your youth serum, like this is exactly what I'm talking about. Not to mention, like that's just for the youth serum, guys. That's just for the freaking youth serum. That's not everything else they do with children and whatever, and any other humans that would be terrified to be kidnapped and all these things. Okay. So in contrast, tears of love or joy carry a completely different frequency signature, one of release, connection, and high resonance. Okay. Thus, tears show not just that someone is crying, but what kind of energy is moving through them. So the biochemical layer, fear hormones and adrenalized states, fear activates the body's fight or flight system, releasing stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. Okay. So in children under extreme duresses, this adrenalized state peaks, saturating their blood and tissues with compounds linked to heightened survival stress. So these compounds are then targeted for harvesting, what some refer to as youth serums or adrenaline-based extractions. So the role of tears here, they don't contain the serum themselves, but they signal um, that the biochemical state of body is in harvest mode. Right? Okay, so tears are the indicator light on the dashboard, essentially. So esoteric layer, tears as spiritual carriers. So on an energetic level, tears are not just physical, they are liquid crystal transmitters of spirit. So when a child cries in fear, the tears amplify and radiate that fear frequency into the spirit field. Okay, so in ritual systems, this flag tells entities and abusers that the energy is ripe for capture. The tears become evidence and conduit. So here lies most the sinister truth, okay? The abuse is designed not just to extract a substance, but to harvest life force energy, the raw divine spark forced out through freaking terror. Okay, so this is why this matters. Tears are the gateway key. They unlock the full cycle: fear, then tears, the scalar liquid crystals, then biochemical shift, adrenalized state, then energetic harvest, fear frequency extracted. Without tears, the full ritual loop cannot activate because the tears embody both the physical marker and the spiritual resonance. So this is why secrecy, ritual, and trauma are so tightly woven together. It's a system built on forcing the divine to give itself up. I couldn't hear that well. To give itself up unwittingly. Unwillingly, sorry, what am I saying? Okay, so in conclusion, tears were never meant to be stolen, okay? They are sacred carriers of the human story, encoded with emotion, frequency, and divine spark. In their purest form, tears are holy. They heal, they release, they cleanse. But in the inverted systems of this world, they are twisted into tools of harvest. Gross. By exposing this truth, we reclaim it. Tears belong not to the abuser, but to God, the spirit, and the child who shed them. They are proof of that not they are proof not of powerlessness, but of humanity's deepest resilience. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so fear causes a surge of adrenaline in traumatized children. This adrenaline-rich state is heightened, producing compounds in the blood and tissue that can be extracted, okay? Tears mirror this state. They're not the substance people are after entirely, but they're a symptom and marker of the body being in the right frequency, biochemistry for harvesting. This is so messed up, and this is exactly why children are abducted. Like, let's talk the last war zone that's just right in our face, Palestine, right? Hate to break it to you guys, and yes, there are so many children that lost their lives and parents that are devastated and all of that, but hear me out. Most of them were actually abducted, point blank. Most of them were abducted, period. When like, oh, let's like CPS, Children's Aid Society, all of those things, yeah, they're not all as saviors as you think. It is dark. So the esoteric layer, okay, so um okay, so they're like they imprint the emotional vibration, right? It's that's why tears matter so much. They're evidence of terror and also carriers of like the energetic signature that is being targeted. And like, it's not about a physical serum. It's like, it's the key. It's the freaking key. This is why children are being freaking abducted. It's a ritual recipe. They're not bottled up and sold by themselves, but without them, the whole energetic biological harvest cycle wouldn't activate. That's why all of these like serums that keep all the lifestyles of the rich and famous are so expensive, because there's not enough. They can't harvest that many tears, that many fears, that much for the masses. So it has to be at an outrageous price that only elite level, top of the food chain people can afford. And that's also like, let's take a look. Let's take a look, guys. Look at how many celebrities, okay? Hate to throw you out there, but it is what it is, are looking haggard. Like they're looking old, yo. Like they went from like 0 to 100, okay? Why is that? Because they're running out. They're running out. People are waking up. People are being smarter. People are being like, there's so many things. There's so many things that are they're a multitude of things that are making this be less and less and less, and that's why prices are going up and up and up, because they can't do it. They can't hold this out any longer. And every time people talk about it, it just drops it more and drops it more. People are like, oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't let our kids just like wander around. Like, yeah, once upon a time people could, before they started doing this in the masses. Okay, so whoa. Anyways, evil is dying, evil is fading. It's gonna be okay, but not before I'm done. It's not. Okay, so, okay, that's it. That's all I need to say right now. And now I'm gonna continue with my day. And I pray that you guys have a great day. And if you have children, keep them so safe. Don't even let them have a freaking sleepover. Just don't do it. They don't need it. They'll be fine. They can hate you. That's fine. They're not supposed to be your friend, okay? They're not supposed to be your friend. And really, what would you rather? Them be happy with you because you let them have a sleepover and then they come back assaulted and or abducted? I don't know. I would choose maybe just let them be mad at you. Who cares? Who freaking cares? They're 4, they're 5, they're 8, they're 10. Who cares? Who freaking cares? If they're 12-year-old, don't let them date boys. Tell them just not to. Don't let them date girls. Just don't let them date. Don't let them date any gender, no matter what their gender is. Just don't let them. They don't need to. They can do that when they're older. Like, because you don't know what entities in that 16-year-old boy, in that 12-year-old boy, in that 8-year-old kid. Just, we don't need to do that. Don't force your kids to give your aunt and uncle and your sister and your brother hugs and kisses. That's child abuse. Hate to break it to you. That's freaking child abuse. Straight the frig up. That is child abuse. Like, no, this is my body. Why do you think kids are like, no, I don't want to hug Uncle Jimmy? Like, yeah, because they know. Children know before you freaking know that Jimmy is not so freaking clean, okay? He's got other intentions. You know, when he's giving you a little pat on the butt, that's not cute. That's child abuse in freaking like a muffled form, man. What drugs do I do? Bro, human, wherever the heck you are, I am talking about saving children. Get over yourself. Get the heck out of here. My God, people are so dense. I know this is just like a bot or just some pathetic human that's being paid to, I don't know, paid to speak awful things. That's ridiculous. But anyways, like, see that stuff? Like, that's like, tell me you're guilty without telling me you're guilty. Honest to God. Like, gross. So gross. Anyways, that's all I need to say for now. We know that I don't stop. So is what it is. Operation Save Humanity to save the children. If you want to just do whatever you want, do whatever you want. You will find out the hard way. Have a good day.